Welcome back to new series of Total War Pharaoh tutorial. We'll start with campaign today. Egyptian campaigns are Ramesses, Seti, following with his wife Torset, and Amenmesse. That's his brother. We know Ramesses we are playing as. Let's see, starting position is here in the between of the Egypt. He is reckless as mentioned here. He has no position in the court, and skins are here. It is basically an avatar, like a dressing stuff. Here you can see campaign difficulty: easy, normal, hard, veteran, and legendary. If you are familiar, then you can play in normal hard. Otherwise, you are a beginner, so take it easy. With in battle also, it is the same. Again, if you are new, then easy. Otherwise, normal or hard. This is the new feature, campaign customization. Here it is might be a very much new mechanism. As we can see, our player starting budget, high or low, you can check out. Same with deposit value, that is resources, high, low. Randomly also we can start our campaign instead of Egypt to Anatolia and all. Random personalities. Following within civil war, you can participate to become pharaoh. Research rate, that we'll see inside what are these things. So you can check out here. We can customize and play as our own. Here you can see all gods are discovered, whether Egyptian, Hittites, Canaanites. Army size basically 20, 18, how much you can recruit. Here also capacity zone. Pillars of civilization disaster is something new. And this is off on, you can check. Reveal playable area, so that you can see entire map with the factions. In these disasters, whether there will be earthquakes, floods, plague, droughts, it may happen in the map. You have to deal with it with dealing other factors. During campaign, you can disable or decrease or increase impact of the disasters. Iron Man means here it can be seen, you can manually save or not. Character movement, slow, low means how far you can go. Trading is forbidden. Trespassing, penalty. Attrition, rebellious, disallow or allow rebellions. Fully equipped generals and max rank, it's self-defined. Faction destruction requirement. See people whether you wanted in the map or not. Replacement high or low. Upkeep high or low, or even the happiness as same. In battle, now once you are in a battle in the campaign, you need vanguard or not. Also whether they are unbreakable, that means your own units or theirs will rout. Auto resolve, that's manual or auto resolve. Disable retreat. So you're basically now missile units, ammunition, which is high or low, weather severity, how much it will affect your units, the weather, following with the terrain, how much it will affect. If you are flanked, how it affects your morals, it is mentioned here. AI is the same as human, same thing, budget, diplomacy, alliances, whether you want to make or not, whether they are passive or aggressive. All the replacement, capacity, building construction costs, happiness, and upkeep, it's all the same as human just now we saw. General is basically time of day, it should be real time, morning, noon. Battle real some mode is different in the battle, how it should be, how much minute you want for a battle to conduct. Auto resolve or advice frequency, that is minimal, low, high, based on your preferences you can do. Mostly it should be low, I recommend. And here you can apply, save your customized one, or load, or reset to defaults, it's mentioned here. And here are the gods mentioned, native units. You can see here all the units of the Ramesses. These are the most you can recruit anywhere basically in that region, whether you are at a battle, or you're just stationed in the settlement. So you're in faction units, you can recruit anywhere. Again here, these are the units only for emissaries, so they can be recruited anywhere. Following with your military academy, wine market, necropolis. These are the buildings that is designated to Rameses himself, so you can build in his faction. So his enemy is Hanno, and you will have to fight in the beginning of the campaign. So here we are with the Seti the Brute, the rightful heir to the throne. He has no court position, but he has some traits that can change the power for the throne. He can succeed the throne with ease. Once civil war takes place, everything will be in his favor. Again, this is the faction skins. These are the basic that we have seen. Now let's see native units. God is the set. Native units here we can see that are available in his region, but not a faction units. It can be recruited anywhere. Again, and also faction units, these are the ones. These units you can recruit at anywhere. Once you are in Kenite or in a Hittite's land, you can recruit these units. This is basically thing to every faction, whether it's Egyptians, Kenites or Hittites. All faction units can be recruited for the designated character or faction. These are the buildings that he is: tax administration, city building, recruitment administration, mustering office. These 4 buildings are only available for Seti himself. His enemy is Munakite, and now let's go to his wife.
Will prevail.
She is a strategist as mentioned. Again, she has no court position, but she is a brilliant one. If anything happens to her husband, she will take his place. Here are the gods he has, and these are the again the native units. Mostly she and her husband are the allies in this game. They are staunch ally, so you have a benefit of one ally here. And your faction units, you can see these are the only available for her, but can be recruited anywhere. Yeah, this building mostly administrative one, so these are only designated for her. Now let's check out what are the sorry, we forgot to see her enemy. Let's move back to her.
The mind is our sharpest.
This is the enemy. Now we'll look into our last Egyptian faction, Amenmesse. So he is the spoiled brother of Seti, but he is a powerful one, viceroy of Kos. He has dozens of gold deposits in his place, so he can be the challenger to Seti. So we will start with him today's campaign, but before we go, let's see the overview of the native units. Here you can see more are Nubian factions, Kusan factions. Unlike the Egyptians one on top, he has more Nubian factions, and he is more like a cunning as well. In all these 4 factions, he can bribe and take out the opponent's members in courts. He can have he has all resources to dethrone Seti and take the throne for himself. He uses gold as his for power struggle. He leverages gold as he has many deposits. He has enemy over there. Now we'll play as him and we'll see the first faction tutorial. We'll start with him, then we'll go with each faction in each video.
The Viceroy of Kush takes care of Nubian and Kushite territories. He makes sure their mines sustain the wealth of Egypt and keeps the unruly warriors under the Pharaoh's heel. It is a proud and distinguished title bestowed upon worthy men. My son Amenmesse disagrees. I granted him dominion over our lands to the south, full of riches and free for him to barter with or conquer. Yet all I receive in return is bitterness and resentment. The more his wealth and influence grows, the more dangerous he becomes. Amenmesse has no love for his brother Seti and his wife Tausret. He could stake his claim as a prince of Egypt by challenging his brother for the throne. Perhaps it was a mistake to send him so far from my oversight. Or perhaps his fortune is a message from great Amun. Could it be that one day this gold-kissed son of Egypt is destined to trade the title of Viceroy for the divine role of Pharaoh?
So here we are. These are faction summary, strength and weaknesses. What are the unique? In faction building, it's all gold. So whatever legitimacy unit, gold will help us. Faction units are very good. Mostly they are very defensive for enemies. Where else weak at charging commands based on legitimacy, and that reduces for gold. In court again, as we said, that he can buy court members for his favor and gain power. So here you can see native units outpost, the overall description, summary, how we can use it and become Pharaoh unit. Here all in depth it is mentioned in here. Royal traditions are available to all factions regardless of any culture. Here it is status and records. As you will play, it would go on. Okay, so as we are in the southern Africa and this faction is an enemy, so let's attack.
I won't hold back.
So here it is the overview: auto resolve, retreat or fight battle yourself. Following which you can quick save here and see the terrain before fighting in the war. We'll battle. Here is the overview. On the left is your faction, on the right is the opponents. These are the units, and here are the opponents' units. Up is mentioned attackers and defenders. If you are attacking, you are going to attack, and if you are in defense, they will attack you. Here you will see weather conditions, at what weather you want to attack or go to war. So this is an army. We'll go in depth how to play battle, but this is just an overview of army or commanding. The best effective method is keep your missile units behind the melee units. Now we'll show you how. These forces would be flanking. They would be ahead of the missile units. As mentioned, it will go behind a bit behind, that's it. This would be the flank on the right hand. Here is the balance power, how much units you have, and the faction leaders. This is a tactical map. Following with, you can check it out here. Also here you can decrease, increase or even click on it to go back to the place. This is to reset and go on top map if you don't want. Menu, advisor, overlay, encyclopedia. These are the weather overview. Let's start. Always fight up to down. Again up to down, it would be the most generous one for the army. You will face less losses. Let's start with the flanks. And it's right now they are not visible enemies, so it's showing like that icon. This central unit will move towards on top, but not attacking right now. They haven't revealed yet. in battle video we'll show how this type of units be handled, what are the keys that to look more cinematic and all. So now that we are going more and more on top, we are now able to see the enemy. Let them come into position. Never be in hasty, otherwise they all will get tired. Our forces may get tired taking orders everywhere and all, so be wary of that. Now we are flanking out both, and we started with the missile units from central. Missile units help us to decrease the numbers of the enemy, whether high quality or low quality. But if they are exposed, they are gone. Not for good mode. Okay, so they are doing the same. You can check. They are attacking our forces, Piomen. So we have attacked from all ends. Let's see. These are the special units for each particular unit. These abilities are likewise used anytime in the battle. It has a cooldown only. That's the stuff. Here you are in a thick of the battle. This is how it would look. Based on your performance, it may lag if you have a less compatible. If you are more compatible or gaming PC, it will look smooth. The game would go smooth. There will be no lagging or this. Even the crashes to be included. Our faction leader is also attacking here. We have already routed couple of units, missile units. One is wavering. Ours is also wavering. Okay. He's stable down. So whenever your units are waver, it shows like this run icon, whether your opponents or yours. Now we are surrounded and trying to kill the commander. You can check it out our forces as well here. As previously mentioned, top to bottom you should fight, so it's in advantage. So we are able to kill the missile units of opponent. Now their general as well as the other forces. That is the best effective strategy in battle. But now that we are going to massacre mode. We are going in a massacre mode. Here are the missile units attacking from top. They have opponent forces. Now they are fleeing. With the ability, it's hovering like a train. And this is the pause button I just said for slow motion impact. You can do it. I will again show it in the battle video how to do so. This is the overview you must know before fighting any battle or playing a custom battle. Otherwise it won't be enjoyable, or even you'll get bored. So we are almost winning.
Overcompensating Amenmesse.
Now let's boost to the right hand and finish the battle. And look, now if you want to retreat your waver forces, you just have to put it on the other end. So look, now our forces have defeated and none of our forces have been routed out. So I am doing more slaughtering. So now let's end battle. Close victory. There are three types of victories: decisive victory, close victory, and Pyrrhic victory. Here you can see the overview of general, deployed losses and remainings after the battle report it is. Here is the whether you want to free them, kill them, or replenish them. So we are going to replenish as we need more units. You can choose your own choice. Nothing will be like major changes, only minor changes. Now let's take the settlement. Settlements are mentioned here and with the resources it has, like stone it has. Here it is auto resolve. We will move it. It would be a more lengthy if you cover each battle, so you can auto resolve once you feel like it's in your favor. Occupy, loot, occupy, sack and raids. These are the 4 options for any settlement you conquer. It's preferred to take occupy, this option. Okay, so enemies out there. These are settlements that we already own. In the province, settlements and outposts are mentioned. Settlements has This is the quite important for campaign. This is military units buildings that you can see which will recruit units like chariots over here. There are other also. As you upgrade you will get more unique units. These are for garrison. These are for agriculture. Here you can see there are different garrison buildings here. So here we can see more of to administrative, like to increase the influence, happiness and others. These type of buildings help to increase it. Military units again here. In all four settlements of a province you will get this type of buildings, and in the main one you will get 8 types. So these are the main buildings. Here we can see it's been upgraded, some are not. So here you can have a look there. These are mostly for food and this is for wood. So now we look at the outposts. Here there are garrison and military buildings that helps to reduce the immunity. Following your influence, it increases influence legitimacy. It helps in increasing and boosting production units. Following with the gods that you worship. These are the buildings mentioned here. Here are the royal decrees. Here you can use this royal decrees to increase military units, have a administration proper, management done rightly, increase the production of units, upgraded faction units, following with the high recruitment ranking. Everything is mentioned here. As you can see the up logged civic, economy, military as the icon mentioned in the decree as well for the same. And let's close and move aside with the resources. Here are the resources: gold, bronze, wood, stone and food. Food is the major and main resources in this game. These are the faction summary. Diplomacy, we'll look into it. These are the general event messages, whatever is happening all over the map. Provinces, known faction that are direct connected to you, and these are the reminders what to be done. So here you can see what can be done for him, increasing the skill points and giving him the assigned titles. Details are mentioned here. Overview. Here you will get a mount, axe, unit shields, followers and also other equipment that will enhance his performance and abilities. Here are the skin available you can use. From start on you can use those skins. These are the overall what is the thing right now and the effect of all the campaign and battle on him. Here are the mentioned the ranks below and also records, or you want to replace him. This is the encyclopedia and reminders. Here you can see the overview of encyclopedia of the given game entirely. Mostly it is readable, so you'll have to read in depth. This encyclopedia is given to every Total War game. Here you can see the reminder and end turn. This thing you see are the all factions in the game, and here you can see all the camera on generals and speed of animation, that means how quickly they will move. Here all are the factions mentioned. Here also other you can individually check speed and pause, you can do accordingly. And it's a night now, so we have to now finish our opponent for good. So let's recruit more units. Here you can see native and faction units. We can recruit 2 of the native units and we'll have to wait a turn. So each turn you have to wait for a unit. Some take 1 turn, some take 2 turns. Let's construct some building. And let's move on. You can use all the buildings for construction, but you need resources to do so. If you haven't, then you cannot. Here it is not diplomacy overview, you can check. Here you can see all the whether it's going good or not between the factions, and you can see a balance of power, also their diplomatic status and their traits, relations, what resources they have. You can check out there. Event first, it is mentioned here. Here it is classified into the culture, Egyptians, Libino, Match and others.
I fight for
The more
Egypt.
and more you will find out, it would be seen here. If you are negotiating with any faction, you will see their reaction over here. What do they think of us? And accordingly they will deal. The more or less in minus you will have to more negotiate. And this force annexation is a power once you are a pharaoh you can use. We'll check in this video. Now here if you are making a war plans, you can see out there, and here it is a military access between the factions. If there is a mutual agreement, it may happen. Following with defensive
All will
alliances
remember me.
and a military alliance.
I will carve out a
Confederation is the one when you and another faction mutual understanding to merge the faction, you can do it. Peace treaty is self-defined. So any faction you want to have a peace
For
treaty, here
Nubia's
you can do
freedom.
it. Now let's construct some buildings. If we can do this, then we did. It is based on your idle workforce, you can construct
Ever
your
wise.
buildings. And
Viceroy
let's
of
move
Kush.
forward. We'll take Musa
Fortune ahead.
in the next turn. You cannot do it more. Once you have a normal stance, then only you can attack. Otherwise with force stance you cannot attack. Now let's
Ruler
attack this.
of Kush.
Again same thing will
Taste
come
my
and will
golden
auto resolve.
blade.
We have destroyed one faction. So
Patience brings profit.
once you expand your empire, you will have to see a lot more things. Here you can see like all enemies have been visible. So we are right now in Kenite area attacking a bay. Here you can see all the local deities I have assigned to. So Amun has been god for to our Amenmesse, and also there are many other gods Amenmesse can pray to. These are the gods based on Egyptian, Kenite or Hittite culture. Here you can see the Egyptian court where you are the pharaoh and here are your ministers. You can perform some actions here. You can check the plots whether people have done on you or your followers or you have done on others. This set army wages and all is based on the character. Now there are no plots overview, so we can remove our own people or other faction. We can use intrigues like this mentioned here, but it may affect the relation with these factions if you perform any of these
Clearly, you
intrigue
recognize
except
my
assist
power.
and gossip. Now that let's see the power of the crown. Once you're pharaoh you will look like this, and your all the things happening and what the contenders are mentioned here. Here are your powers that you can use in diplomacy as well as in other areas per individual of the character. Here we can see force annexation. We can annex any faction in the map with that ability, but only on the culture you have. If you're Egypt, you can work on Egypt. If you're Kenite, so you can do on Kenite, or Hittites on Hittites. So as such, here you can see the prosperity crisis and the collapse. which year you are in. Accordingly, you will be able to play the game with too many of
I
challenges.
will take what
Let's
is
attack
owed
this
to me
building now.
by any
You are the
means.
stance. We are ready to attack. Then it's ambush, raiding, and encampment or encamp.
Stand easy.
Mostly in ready only you can attack.
Death
Again,
awaits you.
we'll do decisive victory, auto resolve. Once you are Pharaoh, you will get this outfit. Yeah, you can also, there is couple of things. We can see the mentioned features that we have on top of the map, and the facts and summary here, the status, everything is mentioned here. Here are the panel. Again, you have to check to
Orcus will live in me.
this is the legitimacy mentioned, and here is the ambassadors you have to take compulsory in the game. It will come periodically. So the more you play, the more you expand, your empire grows. Beside this city, you have to play as Eternity Legacy to occupy this city. This is special feature of each faction. Here for Amenmesse, this is the trade thing, the expedition thing is main feature. For others there are many. We'll check into the each campaign. Every alternate days we'll play other faction campaigns, so we'll look at that there. Now this is undo any action you want to do, you can do, and here how many turns you have played. It's 113 we have played, it's mentioned there. Vessels are also mentioned and be seen as blue, and even the allies as blue in the map, or the visibility, like that is our ally and our vessel. Here you can do the changes, and if you want any changes in campaign customization you can do here. So now we end our video, so do like, share and subscribe to channel. Hope you like the first video of our Total War tutorial for Pharoah Total War. Bye, see you, take care.